All right, so a few things. One of the changes that we have to our current website is we now have under this My Profile section, we now have under your website information, your own QR code. So I know it's not going to be for long, but it's there. So if you all practice, I mean, we're all gotten pretty good at this. You can scroll towards that and until you can, everybody get your phone out. And then go towards Chris Murphy's QR code so you can see exactly what yours looks like. You all have the same thing in your back office. So that's a pretty nice little change that we have. Again, it's not going to be for long, but we have that for now. And another, did anybody notice the shopping cart here? Or has anybody tried it out? We have this new shopping cart section.
Oh,
So,
there it is. Okay.
add a new link. I'm going to give you an example of what this would be. Check out
I can scoop it up today.
Plum, for example, and
Glass of water, please.
type in here Plum.
Will that be on?
And you know what? I am going to, before we get any further, I'm going to go into participants. I'm going to mute all. So everybody's on mute now. And then, so then you can take quantity 1, add item, and save. So Chris can copy this link. And I'll show you, I'm going to paste it up top. Right here at her website, paste. And it goes right to the bra. You see that? So you can go right to shop here with, you can share your shopping cart link. Isn't that convenient? And easy to use. So now I'm going to get back to Chris's website. And then the other feature we have now is if we are going shopping, there is a left in cart feature. So anytime somebody's shopping, if let's say I'm on Chris's website, is this the website? No, that's yeah, if I go here and I'm shopping, shop the Abby bra. Let's say, for instance, I've gone this far and I go over here. If I proceed to check out and I've shopped with her before, or I've gotten to this part, save and continue. If I get to this part, and I'll send this to you all tomorrow. Oh, sorry, you need to leave. Excuse me, go. Sorry about that. They always get a little too rough, and then I save and continue. Then I can tomorrow, if I don't finish this order, I'm going to get an email saying that I left something in my cart. It's going to go right back to where my cart was, so I can keep on shopping. So this is a great modern feature. Again, a little bit too late as we're getting ready to leave, but it's nice to have a little bit of something, even though it's just for a little bit of time until we move to the new website. So has everybody taken the time to, one, download your contact list and start working on downloading your shop by size? Okay, type in the comments if you haven't, or if you have any questions. I do have everybody on mute, but is everybody clear on how to do that? I think the video was pretty detailed. Once you get started, you know what, actually, and I'll just go through one quickly. Let me get back to Chris's page here. I'm going to just show you one mistake that a lot of our gals make. So when you go in here to order history and you're doing your download by size, a lot of times people forget to do this contains portion. So if you're doing the normal thing, you should start with a 32A and just go down the line. So 32A, Chris, how long have you been a rep? You can unmute yourself and tell me. Chris Murphy.
13 years.
Okay, all right, so I went back, yeah, I was pretty close.
2010, yep.
So if we go here and then hit by customer, retrieve information, these are all of her customers that have shopped with the 32A. So you want, or I'm sorry, I didn't hit the product code. I left it a none. That's the other mistake. You have to hit contains product code and then retrieve information. Because yeah, you shouldn't, your 32A shouldn't be that long a list. So she had 9 customers in all of time that have purchased from her. And then you just download it to the Excel. And again, these steps are all in online. Then she can just keep going down the line, 32B, keep the same parameters. She doesn't have to redo that. Just keep on going. It's just a good idea. So she had 1 customer who did a 32B. So it's a really good idea to set up the parameters, put in your date. Don't forget your date. That's been a big miss. People will forget that. And it's only looking for a window of like a month. Make sure that contains with product and then type in what you're looking for. Okay. So hopefully everybody's seen the tutorial, starting to work on it. No, you do not know the bra style, but at least it's a start. Most of your customers are going to be able to walk you through, Chris. If they call you and say, you know, I had this great bra from you, it had a mesh top, it was a sports bra. I'm pretty sure we can all guess what that is. And then you know what size she was, or at least have an idea. So it's a starting point, and it's something you'll have, because it is the one piece of the puzzle that we will not have in the new website. So any other questions while I'm here? Otherwise, I'm going to do a reveal of our new website. No, all good? Okay. All right. So now I want you to all keep in mind, as we look at this, that the website is still a work in progress. So you won't see everything, but it's pretty darn close. We're really happy with it so far. And so here we go. This is going to be your new website. So we're still tweaking some of the fonts. But as you can see, it's very similar to what the corporate website already looks like. You can have specials can go across the top. We have a shop page, which is very modern. Very modern. We can type in, you want all the bras in the double D plus, and look at that. You can click on in stock only. So if you have a particular, we have way more parameters. You can search by price. You can search by bestseller, alphabetically, oldest to newest, but you can also go up here. I have to move my little bar here. There's a little search bar right here. And I can type in bras that come into a 30 or 40G. So it's very, very modern. It's much more modern than what we've been dealing with. And then if we keep going down, again, it looks very modern, not so boring. So as you look at it, I'm going to show you, we'll go back to our other one. Here's all the information. We'll have they can sign up here for more emails for us to pass things on. We have a new arrival section, Fit Finder, which will be right there on your web page. So when the customer comes here and shops, it's going to be a very generic. It's for everybody, but when she checks out, because she's used your link to shop, it's going to attach to your account. So there are 2 ways that rep will be tied to. One is she's going to use your link, which is why it's a very good idea to become very familiar with URL links and how to share it. And we're going to do that a little bit later as well, just as a reminder, because you're going to want to share your URL for shopping. And then a bit about us. We're going to have a blog section. Tracy's been writing some blogs in here. It'll be anywhere from bra care to why you want to rotate to what sort of body types, which bra fits best and so on. And then, of course, the contact. So again, it's really modern, right? Doesn't that look really good? So, okay, so keep what you in your head, what you just saw, okay? What you just looked at. So now I'm going to go back and we're going to compare this. Now I'm going to show you once again, here's where we are now. So here's your current page. You have to click on shop your Abby bra. All the bras come up. We don't have a very nice way to be able to search. This is just the way it comes. We have our view all section, and they have to click on it, go through the description, pick their size, add it to the cart. It's so much less user friendly for our customers. Wouldn't you agree? It's such a big difference when you look at the two websites. And then when our let me go back to the current website or the new website. I'm going to show you one other feature. This is one of the key points you'll want to do. You will want to encourage. So when you're seeing your new customers, when we're telling you, okay, now it's time to move over, we're going to the new website. She can go right here and enter her email and her password. I'm going to preface this with, I'm not exactly sure at this point if any customer that has ordered is going to be in the system. But I am not quite sure if they will be in there for they can put their email in here and put forgot password, or they simply have to log on. Either way, it's a very easy process. They can go in here and sign up. There aren't that many questions. They fill this out and then they create an account. So that's pretty simple. Create account. And then I go back to the email, verify the account, and that's it. And then the more people that get in there, the better, because it's going to be easier for you to share things and specials, and they can go in there and look at their history. They can look at their rewards points, because we will have a rewards account in there, and so on. So the next thing I wanted to play is I'm going to give you a little sneak peek. I'm only going to give you a little bit of this because we got into some discussions that really are just between the developer and I, but I'm going to play as much of this as I can for you so that you can have an idea of what yours is going to look like. I will tell you, all the other teams that have seen it so far have been really pleased. Kind of took a little bit of that fear of what was it going to look like. So I'm going to play you some sections here so you see what this looks like.
On the admin side, then
And
we talk about the back office.
it's quiet, so
So just on the high level, we won't be able to cover everything, but just bring you the idea, right? So when we go live, before we go live, we probably need at least a 24-hour window. In other words, we will need to stop orders, enrollment, registration, party plan solution. During that 24-hour window, we're gonna do a data dump from their system, then we're gonna import all the data into our system.
Did you say we can't take orders for a day?
Yes.
is it flashing on your screen too?
You have to.
No.
Okay, so did everybody catch that part? So when we transfer over, the party plan system will be shut down completely. So we will do a hard stop with our current system where you're putting in orders and everything. All the data, all the inventory, all your commissions, your downlines, all of that will be moved over. Now they're already in the process of doing that. And if you look at the screen right here, you can see that these are customers, the emails, and who has sponsored them. The best thing is, you see this right here, we have kept your A number as the username. So when you go into the system, it's going to be a very easy process for you to log in. So I'm going to go forward to the section where we talk about how you log in. Let's see, a little too far.
It will be landing up.
Okay,
We're gonna, because enter their email, they will get a, have to resend.
I really can't see or hear this.
You click on my link in your email, they will.
It's
be
too
able
small
to
and too low.
My place, so once you log in, it will show you, it's still a little bit work in progress, but just. this is
And
the
she's
time.
muted me.
No,
Dashboards that have now.
yeah, so they will have a.
all right, so I'm going to pause that one second here. So let me go back just a little bit here so you can see this screen. Basically, what you're going to be doing is you're going to put your email in here. We'll give you the link. You'll put your email in here. You're going to click forgot password. It's going to email you a link. So it's going to be super easy. You will have a link that we will send you from our office. Everybody, you'll all have the same link. You'll go to that URL, enter your email address, forgot password, and then voila, you're in the system. So here is a sneak peek of what your dashboard's going to look like. It's honestly fairly similar to what you already have. You're going to have some data here. You can personalize this. You can add your picture here. You can get a snapshot of where you are, where you're standing with your volume, and so on. So it's a little bit more modern, a lot less gobbledygook. So so here's what this looks like, and I'm going to stop share, and then we're going to go back to what your website looks like now, which is here. Share screen. And here we are. So here we're at the home page. This is pretty much all you have for your dashboard. It's rather simple, rather plain, and then you have to go into all your different little accounts up here in order to access any data. So what we're doing and moving forward with this new and improved website is really going to help. So let's see, I'm going to play a little bit more so you can hear what he has to say. Can you hear it okay? I know it's pretty, you can't hear it at all. A little bit, it's because it's quiet, then it's fine. I'll just do screenshots. We'll go back here. So again, here's what your dashboard is going to look like. Here is where you would go to, this will be the host party, so across the top. This will be set up very similar to what we have already. We can put in all the rewards that we want to in there. So again, a little different, but we can actually add discount products, free products. A lot of times we'll do a promotional item that we can put in there. So again, this is going to look and feel very similar to what you already have in the system. And here is basically your commissions section, where you're going to have your commission reports, your orders, you'll see your returns. When you click on here, there's no data in there yet, but you'll be able to see a picture of your downline. You'll be able to see what they're doing. You can download all your data in there. Again, easier to use, easier to see, easier to search, as opposed to the way it is now, where you have to click on Upline, you have to run a report. This will just be all right here within your genealogy. As you continue, you'll be able to do a little snapshot of each of your people so that you have an idea of what everyone's doing within your team. As again, opposed to having to go all the way back. And then we have, let's see, I think he was just showing me what it would look, but we do have a section here for company documents. So basically everything that is housed within our sales tools right now will be in here. So you'll still have access to the same. This is why we got you off the training portal and put everything into, I'm going to actually show that because I think a lot of people don't necessarily know that we have that here. Zoom, share screen. So right now, if you go into this is why we took them all and put them into our sales tools. So for instance, here you could go into new rep training videos. Let me see if it moved to, and then these are all clickable links that bring you to your different training videos, and that's going to be the same. So once you've gotten used to that, that is going to be exactly the same as we move forward. So what are some key takeaways that you can work on going forward? Is learning and learning and learning and learning how to do your QR codes. And I'm going to unmute here because, let's see, well, you can unmute yourselves. If you would like to tell me if you're having trouble with the QR code, is everybody practicing that, trying to scan them, get used to them every time you see them? Has everybody created their own QR code?
I was holding off until we got the new website.
Okay, well, I'd hope that people would have been using it before because.
Well, I did on the old one when we were in Des Moines last year, 2 years ago,
Okay.
4 years
okay.
ago.
So your QR code is so important. Why is it important? Because people are going to go shop. They're going to go shop on essential bodywear. They need your link. They need to be shopping with the QR code that I'm going to show you on my own phone that I have saved everywhere I can think of in my own notes, all on my phone, because you want to be sharing. I have, a Facebook one. Can you see them? Every time I can, I put my QR codes on my phone so that they're ready to go and share. Now, we've been teaching some dot card technology, which is basically, it's a credit card, fits in the back of your phone, and you just touch phones with the next person. Some of our reps have already purchased that. The beauty of that is you're sharing your contact, you're sharing your website with them right away. Now, what intimidates the other groups, or what seemed to be something that they didn't necessarily grasp or understand, is that when they go shopping on this page and they go shopping, you'll be shopping together. This is where they're going to shop. There is going to be no back office for you to go in and create a shopping cart order for them. They're going to be at the party. They're going to go in here and shop. You're going to have them sign into your account. You're going to walk them through this process of going in here and shopping through all the products. So you're going to be putting a lot more emphasis when you're doing your parties on either recording this ahead of time. You might have to, if some of you have an issue with your Wi-Fi capability. I know I hear that a lot. I hope in this day and age, most homes, I think there's a few of our reps run into issues with not being so, and perhaps they'll have to, like I said, record this ahead of time and bring this with them, or do a virtual catalog to bring with them. But generally speaking, you want to encourage that customer of yours to go right back into this account that she already created because she got her link from you. So this is the URL. So for those of you that aren't quite so tech savvy, this is the URL. There will be a URL that'll be to shop with basically your Shopify. And if I were to guess, it'll be something along the lines up there. It says Essential Bodywear Store, myshopify.com/ and that's probably where it will be your A number. And again, that'll be something that you're going to want to share with your customers. So when they're shopping in there, they go in here, they're going to go into, here's my view cart, and I'm going to check out. Now, if I was already a customer, I can just log back in and all my information is going to repopulate. See right here where it says have an account. And if not, and she can click on that, she can email me, but she can go ahead and sign right in here and then save for next time, continue shopping, and she's done. It's really easy. It's going to be less opportunity for error. I mean, how many times have we gotten home with our paper copies? And I'm included in that. I have gotten home and I'm looking at the order forms that I thought I just so carefully checked before I left. And I look at it and it seems just like a bunch of garbage. I have no clue. I can barely even read the phone number. You're also not going to have to worry about the stock report because when you click on the items, let me see if one of them actually has it. Let me see if I'm going to continue to shop. I'm not sure if we've activated the inventory levels yet. I know we put them into some of them. But when you click on, if you go down here to the size, we're changing these to circles. So if you click on black when you're reviewing the image, it will circle out all the images. So we haven't done that yet. That's still work in progress. But when they go to shop, they're going to see right away what's there. Or they can actually, we're working on, right now it'll tell you what items are out of stock, but we're working on narrowing it down so it will tell you right away when you go to the page which sizes are or are not available. Well, and it will say, perhaps it'll say, yeah, it'll be yellow if it's low.
That's one of the best parts.
It
Does that
really-
mean, does that mean there will no longer be stock reports every
it
week?
means there will no longer be stock reports. We won't do that right away. We'll give you a mulligan for a while, but this technology is coming. Facebook used to give everybody an opportunity. For those of us that have been on Facebook forever, there was an old Facebook. We all loved that old Facebook. It wasn't necessarily efficient. There were a lot of things wrong with it, but we liked it. It was normal. It was what we were used to. So for a while, Facebook would let you click, stay with classic, stay with classic. They did that about 3, maybe 2 months or so. But the more you logged in, the more they forced you to the new website. And eventually, like a conveyor belt, it's just going anyway. So we are going to have this new technology. And yes, there are, when I get kicked, when will this website get kicked off? Not that early. We had originally hoped that we were going to be doing the training, as you all know, this Friday. That's not going to happen. We ran into some issues with the our SKUs have a lot, like just in one Abby bra, you go up to 53 sizes, and there could only be up to 100 variations. So we're working on going to a different program within Shopify, meaning that your 53 buff Abby's A, 32A to 44H, that's 53 sizes. So you could only put black and buff into one color. We want to be able to put the Abby, she's our best seller, into one product so that when somebody types in the color or types in their size, they're going to be able to see that all the 38Gs that are available for her within an Abby bra. So it's going to be a lot easier for her. But no, we are not going to just throw this at you. We know we have some delays. The next step is to roll it out to you entirely. So instead of you just getting those little snippets, you've pretty much seen the website. You and 2 other groups have now seen what the shopping portion of it looks like. Now you need to see what the customized portion will look like for your own website. That's where you're going to be running your business. That's where you're going to be monitoring everything. But most of the work will be within Shopify, where people are going to do their shopping and where you're going to drive customers to your Shopify page so that they're shopping and buying your products. If that makes sense.
And what if they don't want to shop at the party?
Then you're going to have to take paper copies, but it's going to have to look a lot different.
Can they check out as a guest at a party? They
Uh,
don't want to create an account.
We haven't decided whether we are or not going to turn that offer on. We want them to have accounts. You should want them to have accounts.
I do, but there's a lot of women that don't have emails anymore.
Well, then they're going to have to create some kind of a dummy account for them. A fake email.
Okay,
I mean, it's no different than what you do now. It requires an email right now. It requires an email and a phone number. That's
I just
nothing.
put mine in when they don't have one.
Then you can still do that.
Okay,
But you cannot build, they won't have an account and they won't be able to build rewards. So you really want to encourage them to do so. They're not going to be able to refer a friend for you. They're not going to be able to build their own rewards accounts. And those are the things that are going to drive them to come back to shop with you. They want to keep building points. So they want to keep coming back to Carla every year, every time they order, because they will build up points to earn free product or special promotions.
I know at
Is
one
there-
point we talked about getting rid of hostess rewards and just going to the refer a friend or.
We did. We actually were doing just referrals, but then we saw that we still had a pretty decent ability to match it. So somewhere in between at home office, we're having that conversation of how can we modify the points, make them a little different so that we have a good combination of an incentive for them to host a party, but also a way for them to do referrals and earn points.
Great.
So there will be some sort of a hybrid of both.
Is there a way, if someone doesn't have email, to be able to shop via text? A text number?
How would you place an order with a text message?
I don't know. I'm
The answer is
asking.
No. The answer is no. So she could text you and she could say, Jennifer, I would like you to place an order for an Abbey bra for me, and you could do that. You could do that, but you really don't, you want to encourage her to create her account. When this system gets up and running, they're going to be able to process their own returns. They're going to be able to look and see what they have in their cart. Otherwise, they're going to have to keep calling you. And the whole idea of getting this new website is to first of all, to bring it into that we've had Party Plan Solutions since 1990, maybe 2005, 2006. We need to bring it a little bit closer. Think of the technologies that have changed since then. And yes, Brenda, that yay is about the returns. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not calling out the reps that are doing it. We have many reps who go to our corporate webpage, print off the return policy and send it to their customers because they have realized I could get in the car, drive to her house, refit her, remeasure her, drive back home, put the package in the mail, return it for her because that's the kind of rep I am, and she just returns it anyway. So instead of working harder, you're going to work smarter. You're just going to let her do it. If she really wants to, I know you try to say the sale, Shireen, I know, but our experiences with our own website is that the return rates are actually quite lower than they are with you reps. I think if somebody wants to return it or doesn't want to buy it, or they feel like they're kind of coerced into buying it, they want to return it. They're a little bit bitter about not being able to return it. They feel bad about returning it, but that sort of an anonymity actually has created an environment where we have much less returns. And there's no emotion in it. It's just, it's back, move on. Any other questions? But I promise, Shereen, we're gonna give it a try. We have to give it a try. It's the modern day and age. The amount of complaints that we get at home office that reps aren't calling me back, and think if there are several reps who are here but aren't really here. They're not really active. It's not their full-time job for one reason or another. It's just they don't have the time to dedicate to the business. That's not the customer's fault. She still wants to order from you, but if she's getting ready to head out of town and she wants to send it back and you're not back for another week, that's not modern, and that's not easy. That's not easy for her either. So the whole idea is to make it easier for you. The less time you spend on that order, it's like having your salary and working 40 hours a week as opposed to having the same salary and working 90 hours a week. Clearly, you're making less per hour the more time you're putting into it. And follow-up is key. Absolutely, follow-up is key. If you're following up with your customers anyway, and you give them advice and tips on what to do, they're not just going to blindside you with a return. Yeah, yes, they may. But again, in general, our return rate from the website when we started it is very low. And there's nobody fitting them. These are just customers who call in and they just send it back and reorder.
So they're still in the wrong size
Oh, you became very.
because nobody's fitting them.
What did you say?
She
I
said they're
said,
still
so
in the
they're
wrong
still-
size. If they keep returning and getting the same size.
Well, I think people, and we did some blind like calling and some checking. Once the customer, and that's something we can continue to tweak, and some of the things that we're going to have in the blog section, some advice on what to do. Okay, my cups were good, but it's so tight I can't breathe. And those are the kinds of calls we'll get. And okay, if your cup was good, we can advise them what to do. I don't know that we've had a situation where either someone returns it or they want to return it and repurchase. And in general, they'll come back. They come back a lot more because it's easy. And I'm not so sure that they don't. My speculation is that your customers are still going to appreciate your service. You're still amazing at what you do, but your job's going to be easier, and it's going to be easier for them to share what you do with others. They're not going to have to sit around and wait for an event to be created. They can just share their code, and word of mouth. We had a little girlfriend's day last weekend at the office where we just brought in our friends and family. We already have requests for one again on next Monday, because these girls went back home and started sharing like, oh my gosh, you got to get in there. You got to, go be fit. And so, and it was easy for them to share because they had my QR code.
Hey, Kate, sorry, I jumped on a little late, but, and I don't know if you talked about this already, but, will we be able to create a cart for them and send it
Yes,
their way
yes,
if
yep,
they just have,
yep.
like, if they're not tech savvy? Okay.
Yes, you can. I mean, and they can create their own carts and share, just like I showed them at the beginning. We can actually do that within PPS right now, but you can do the same in Shopify. Actually, there are, I haven't had a chance to delve into it, but just on shipping alone, like how to customize the message that comes to people, the tracking process from the time that, like right now, your customers don't really get much of any of that. And it all depends on whether or not we typed in the email correctly or not. But from the time that order is placed until the time that order gets to their house, they're going to have control over that. You're not going to have 5 calls to, Chris, where's my bra? I'm leaving tomorrow. Chris, I needed the bra by Saturday. If she wants the shipping, she can clearly check the priority shipping. It will give them an estimate of when their delivery will be before they even place the order. So, and yes, you can share a shopping cart with them and send off you can create a QR code you can create a link, a URL link, and send it to them for them to shop. We'll have Forgotten Shop. We'll probably periodically do like a spin the wheel. All kinds of things. Yes, Jennifer. You don't have to, but you.
I always do a perky customer letter after I've gotten an order. I guess we don't need to do that anymore with the
You
new.
won't, but you'll still have the ability to send emails from your back office.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. But yes, you're right. You won't necessarily need to do that. That's the good follow-up, though. That's what you ladies are very good at.
And there's some questions that you missed. Cheryl asked, the new website will be mobile friendly, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And then Jennifer wanted to know if there's a tutorial to create the QR codes.
There are, I've done several of them. Is the consensus that we'd like to see how to do that right now? Or do you want to just watch the training?
Do you have a specific website that you guys recommend using? 'Cause there's tons of
Yeah,
different
let
QR
me go,
builders.
let me go ahead and share it. Hang on, let me get into, I'm gonna go in here. You can't go to our new website because you can't get that yet. So I'm gonna go into Chris's account. So give me a second. And I'm gonna share my screen in just a second.
So you're not saying build new QR codes, you're saying use the existing QR code that's in our current back office.
You'll do the same thing for the new one. A QR code's, once you've learned how to do them, it's pretty easy, but I'm going to give you some quick, easy tips on that. This is the website I like to use. It's free. They'll try and get you to pay for things, but you don't have to. So, can everybody see this at the top? Actually, Chris, if you could copy, you know what, here, let me just grab this right here.
I can do a screen copy.
Okay, what I want you to do is go up to the HTTP up at the top and up until the point where it says QR code generator.com/.com. Copy that and paste that into the comments.
It won't let me.
Oh, all right, hang on, let me do that. I'm just gonna have to go back and pull up Chris's information again. So let me go into the chat. And let me go all the way. I need to do this to everybody. Okay, so I'm sending the link to everybody right now. Do you all see that in the chat? So go in there and grab that. Everybody do that, and because they'll lose that. Okay, let me give you some quick tutorial. Okay, so try and pay attention. This is recorded. You can save this for later. If you're using a URL, you've got to click here. If you're doing a business card, you click here. And these are the two you're going to use. So I like to use the URL because that's the easiest. So if everybody goes over here, so see how it created the QR code over here? Hang on a second. I think can everybody see this QR code right here?
Yes.
Okay, everybody take your phone out. Come towards that.
Open up
your camera option. So get your camera working. Come towards it. And when it gets the little yellow thing, see the little yellow, did everybody do it? Come towards it. When it gets the little yellow message here, which is going to go away because I moved away. Click on that and you'll see, what does everybody see?
You're shopping with Chris Murphy.
Yep. Okay. So I'm going to do another one and I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing. Oh, yes, you probably already did. I forgot to stop share. So I'm going to type in another one. I want everyone to go to the QR code and tell me what you see. Don't read the description. Just take your phone and go towards the QR code.
Healthline.
What is it? Yes, it's a recipe. So wait, so you can use this for so many different things in your life. Now, if you're gonna do a V card, it's easy for me to do because it's auto-populated for me. And let's just get rid of that. Generate QR code. So now, once again, everybody can come towards the QR code. And what do you see?
Kate Soderstrom.
Yep. And from that, it's going to say you can create a new contact, save the new contact. It's a different way it does it for each one, whether you have an iPhone or you have a Droid, but it's pretty simple. So QRcodegenerator.com, get to know it, practice it. You can even put PDFs in here. You can share your Facebook page. There are so many different options, but the biggest one you're going to use, this will be something along the lines of Essential Bodywear, bodywear.com. I'm not even actually sure. Honestly, I'm just guessing at the time, but I think it'll say something along the lines of just essentialbodywear.com/A. I think it's going to be very similar, but you're not going to have to add the silly myessentialbodywear.com/whatever that no one could ever remember. But the most important thing is it's a lot easier to do a QR code and share a QR code or send a text message off with a URL, because we all know how to do that too, right? You can type the URL right in your message and send it off, and they can click right on that link. So those are the technologies, those are the things I'm asking you, each and every one of you, to go and do it. And I loved it. After our last call, somebody posted a QR code that they saw at the grocery store, or a QR code that they saw at the library. So it means that we're starting to think about it, we're starting to talk about it, we're starting to practice it. And it's better to practice it now. We were going to be starting September 1st. Now I'm guessing it's probably going to be October 1st. So it gives you some time to practice that. Okay.
And somebody asked Kate, when will we be receiving our URL?
So that's going to happen. You're going to know what it's going to be before it's active. Whether we have a sandbox for you, but sandbox is basically a place to practice with it. I don't know whether we're going to have one for each of you. Probably not. It'll probably just be one main one, so that when I do training, I can show you what it looks like. You will basically get that URL and you will type in your email, because the system knows your email. And you'll type that in, you'll hit forgot password, you set your password, and you're good to go. And then you can start customizing it, and we'll teach you how to do that. We'll walk you through each and every step, because this is all new to us too. Any other questions? Did I miss anything else, Chris?
I'm looking. Is that an ABW phone case? Like the card, she likes the card holders. Shereen.
Oh, did you see that?
Yeah,
I did.
That's going to be a surprise that you can purchase when you come to the Michigan Regional Meeting. We got some really cool things that we had intended to sell at conference, and that's one of them. And another one is this really cool little keychain. I don't think I have it in here with me. My electric bike has a keychain, and I just got back. I ran to the grocery store. I take my e-bike to the grocery store. It's only a couple miles away, and I normally have it in my pocket, but I must have left it in the bike. I did leave it on the bike. I think I left everything in the bike. So
No, I love it. Cole always makes fun of me because I pull out my credit card, I put it in my, pocket in my bike shorts, and then I misplace it. And he's like, babe, you just need to get that cover that has you can put 4 cards in it, and then you're great.
this is a really good one. And yeah, I don't know if you can see it started to peel, but that's how much I use them. So I go through one about every 3 months, but I'm the only one that always has her room key. I always have a credit card, and I always have my driver's license. And that was handy for me today because I had to return something at Lowe's, and We're only going to give me store credit. I couldn't find my receipt. I don't know why, but anyway, I had to give my driver's license, so. I think that's it. I hope
Is
this
the
helped. Is
URL
there,
changing
are
was
you
one
all
of the
excited?
questions.
Nervous?
Oh, it's wonderful.
I think you're really, really gonna be, I think it was hard for us at home office. It was hard for you. You didn't understand what it looked like because we didn't understand what it looked like. And so things are really starting to come together, and I think it's a really great, good change.
Is our
There'll be
URL
certainly some
changing?
issues we'll have to work through, but we'll work through them together. We're all going through the same, we're all going to modern Facebook at the same time. So nobody's staying back with classic. Okay?
Will the URL be changing? Somebody asked that, and I think it's a good question.
Yeah, it will no longer be that My Essential Bodywear, but I don't know what it exactly is yet. I know what I think it'll be, but I think it'll just be essentialbodywear.com/ and then probably / something and then /
Let's make it ebw.com.
It'll be essentialbodywear.com /
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know.
Can't you shorten
Whatever
that,
it
Kate?
is. What's that?
Can't you shorten that to E EBW?
I know because we own Essential Bodywear, and I don't know that we own, I don't know if anybody owns EBW.
Check it out.
Yeah, you're right. It is quicker. It's a lot less of a mouthful, that's for sure.
Yep.
It's more
Um,
mobile
all right.
friendly when you're typing with your fingers.
Yeah. So think about your questions. If you, have comments, concerns, be sure to share them. And Chris, I will send you, do you have a team page?
I do, yes.
Okay, so I can share
Uh-huh.
to the recording on your team page.
Okay,
Okay?
that'd be great.
All right. Bye, everyone. Thank you for
Bye-bye.
joining.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Thank
Kate.
you.
Thanks, Kate.
Bye, everyone.